Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, one and only AR Legends, and yeah, guys, today I am back with the next part of what if Naruto was neglected by his family and had the power of Hakai. So, yeah, guys, hopefully, you guys enjoyed the previous part of this series, and if you guys have not seen it, please, guys, check it out. You guys will definitely like it. So, yeah, guys, without any further ado, let us start the video. But before that, I would like to make a request to all of you guys who are watching this video. If you guys are new to the channel or if you guys have not subscribed yet, please, guys, do so. It would be really helpful to me as I want to reach 14k as soon as possible. So you guys subscribing would be a lot helpful to me. So please guys do so, and yeah, without any further ado, let's start the video. As last time we left off, as we saw that how Naruto and you can say Team 7 finally came from the wave mission. As in that mission Naruto was pretty lucky as he was able to you can say get rid of the very annoyance to the world, and that was none other than Sakura Haruno, which for some reason, for the lack of the skill, as she screeched in the whole mission and did absolutely nothing. And finally, when the time came, as she was running and screeching about Sasuke-kun as she slipped, after all, the whole bridge was covered with ice, so she slipped from the bridge and went into the, you can say, arms of the waves as she was literally thrown. After that, as Naruto did not do anything, as he really did not want it to do anything, as all the members simply looked towards each other, wondering how it was even possible for a shinobi to sleep. And you need to have really pathetic skills for something like that to happen. And you can say even Zabuza was beyond shock, and Naruto was pretty sure that he had died because of the shock rather than the Chidori which went through his heart. But anyways, as Naruto as well as the whole team finally came back from the whole mission, and after that Kakashi was really pissed off of Naruto because Naruto once again showed that how Menma and Naruto and Naruto are not a match for him, which pissed Kakashi off. After all, both of them were his favorite siblings and Naruto was just a failure, and he should accept his position and give back the title of the clan heir to Menma and Naruto, as it was their birthright, not Naruto's. So he decided to, you can say, put Naruto in a difficult situation. At least he wanted to, by you can say informing the council and all the things. As Minato was annoyed with Kakashi, after all, he has already warned Kakashi and Jiraiya to not do anything harsh. After all, he does have a plan for the future. All they have to do is to train Menma and Naruto, and when the time comes, they will be able to defeat Naruto and take the title, and Naruto will fulfill his position as the side member of the Namakase clan, and he would have his uses. After all, that was Minato's ultimate plan, but Jiraiya and Kakashi were simply making things difficult for him. So he was getting a bit annoyed of that. So Naruto was put in front of the council as they tried to accuse him of the murder of Sakura Haruno, but Naruto simply ignored most of them and gave his proper that there was no evidence and all that, as Minato was annoyed. So he simply dismissed the meeting, which left the civilian council members, especially one Mibuki Haruno, screeching about something of a demon or something like that. Naruto literally ignored it. After all, he does not need to hear those kind of things. And finally, he was free from the screeching. He does not need the mother of the screecher herself. So he simply shrugged it off. And so yeah guys, that was the last part of the series. If you guys have not seen it, please guys check it out. You guys will definitely like it. So yeah, without any further ado, let us start the video from here. So I'm going to start my video as the fire daimyo has finally arrived to the village hidden in the leaves, as he went into the office of Hokage, as Minato was present there along with Naruto, who really wanted to be somewhere else, but since you can say Kia Utsutsuki, who was residing in the body of the fire daimyo daughter, was present here, so he had to be there just for the sake of it, as Minato along with the council was present, as Naruto was behind Minato, while Menma and Naruto as Jiraiya insisted that they should be present as the future clan heads, and they should make good standing with the whole Fire Daimyo Minato decided to not do it. After all, things would get a bit difficult if some stories he has been hearing were in the air of the Fire Daimyo, then he would have to question many things, and he really did not wanted that, which pissed Jiraiya off even further. But there was nothing he could do, as all the clan heads were present along with their heirs, and all the other side children, like you can say for Inuzuka, Sum was present along with her daughter, not Kiba, because he was a second child, not the clan heir. So he was not present there, and Benma and Naruko were, you can say, not allowed to present there as well, which angered Kushina as well as Jiraiya even further, as both Menma and Naruko were also pissed at that, as Naruto simply gave them a smug look, which pissed Jiraiya even further off. And finally, they were standing in front of the fire daimyo, who simply walked toward the Hokage office and took his seat in the council chambers as all the clan heads were present and tried to talk to him and all the things, the whole thing about politics and all that. I would ignore that mostly. But anyways, as finally you can say Fire Daimyo looked towards his daughter, who was simply looking towards Naruto with a smile on her face. As Fire Daimyo smiled at that, as you look towards Minato, well, Minato, son, it is good to see that you're present here in good health, and it is also good to see your son. As if I'm not mistaken, Naruto Uzumaki Namakaze, my daughter, always talks about you a lot, as Naruto simply gave him a bored look, but a look from Minato, as Naruto gave him a small smile anyways, while looking towards Kia, who smirked towards Naruto, as Naruto simply chuckled inwardly. He would deal with that Otsutsuki arrogance later on anyways, as he had, you can say, Minato and Fire Daimyo started to talk about boring things. So they simply sent Naruto as well as Kia out of the room as Naruto looked towards her. So it seems that you're enjoying your life as a royalty, as Kia Ususuki simply smirked at that. Well, you cannot say that. You cannot honestly blame me. After all, I have lived most of my life as a side member of the Ususuki clan, and now I'm finally enjoying something. But as for that damn person, don't worry about him. I have already put a small, you can say, genjutsu on him while using my Rinnegan as Naruto does an eyebrow at that, or really now. Well, that would be fun of it. But anyways, soon enough, the Chunin exams are going to start, and I'm going to have a bit of fun in it. As you can say, Kia raise an eyebrow at that, or really about it. What are you going to do about your siblings? As Naruto simply smirk at that, well, aside humiliating them, I'm going to have a bit of fun in the Chunin exam. Well, I am going to kill most of the clan heirs of Konoha. At this, Kia's eyes widened at that. Wait a minute, are you sure about it? As Naruto simply looked towards her, don't tell me that you're making attachments. As Kia simply shook her head, but why are you gonna do that? As Naruto simply smirked at that, well, most of the people, especially those clan heads, they might try to say that they're good people and all that, but no, they were there standing, doing nothing when they had the opportunity to do it. So why should I allow them to live as they wanted and with their own family? It is about time that they have. They learn about the loss of a child and the pain which causes it. At this, Kia simply looked towards Naruto, whose eyes were shining with dark purple energy shining inside of it. For a moment, she was scared, and she knows about the power which Naruto holds. He could destroy this planet at his whim, and that was really something she was scared of, but decided to do nothing about it. After all, she was not an angel exactly. She has destroyed many planets for the sake of the Ususuki clan, and there was no, you can say, convincing herself that it was just to protect herself. She simply shook her head. There was nothing she could do. So she simply looked towards Naruto and nodded as they simply had a bit of chat. And now let us have a time skip. And in 1 week, the Chunin exams has finally begun as Minato looked towards Naruto with a stern look. Are you sure about it, Naruto? You know that you can always take the Chunin exam next year. As Minato was not exactly sure that Menma and Naruto are ready for challenging Naruto. They have already trained them and they can use the Rasengan within split second, and both of them could even make the Rasen Shuriken, and because they have been training in Sage mode for a really long time, as with the help of their shadow clones they have been training, and both of them has improved, but and he could easily say that they are on terms of power, they have the firepower of A rank shinobi, if not S rank shinobi. The only thing they need is experience. That would take some time. But Naruto also does not have the experience. The only thing he has to his name is that strange chakra of his, which Minato still does not understand. But that should be enough. He would have to pull some strings so that Menma and Ruko fight Naruto at the same time, so that in the finals they could help him. But at the moment, Naruto does not have his team, so he should not be able to participate. As he looked towards Naruto, well, Naruto, you do not have a team, so therefore, by the laws of the Chunin exam, you cannot enter. He had a smile on his face. This way, he could stall for time. As Naruto smirked towards Minato, well, Lord Hokage, by the laws of Konoha and the Chunin exam, a person can enter without even without a team. So therefore, I am, you can say, initiating that law by the law of Konoha, of course, and the Chunin exam, which were agreed upon all the 5 kgs and cannot be denied. As Minato gritted his teeth on that inwardly, he was not exactly pleased, and he already knew that even if Naruto were to participate alone, he would bliss the competition and he would be present at the finale, and that would be not a good thing for his plans. As he looked towards Minato with a stern expression on his face, are you sure about it, Naruto? Without your teammates, it would be difficult. As Naruto simply shrugged at that, do not worry about me. I will be able to handle it. As Minato sighed inwardly, but then an annoying voice spoke up, which Minato also started to have a twitch on his elbow as he looked back towards Jiraiya, who was speaking. Well, Minato, why don't you allow the brat to compete? And that way, he will realize his position as a failure after he would be dismissed from the Chunin exam by giving Naruto a smirk as Naruto looked towards him. Did you say something that lost? At this, Jiraiya, I started to twitch. That was the same name Orochimaru always mocked him with, and the kid was saying it in such a nonchalant manner, like his all of his life achievements means nothing. His name as a Sani mean nothing, and he was just an academy dead lost. Whenever Naruto says it, he always feel himself back when he was with the team, ignored by Hiruzen and Tsunade, calling him a dead loss and all that. As he gritted his teeth, what did you say? To me, you brat, I'm a Sonin. As Naruto looked towards him, a Sonin, you say? You know, the very name always makes me laugh. It is not like you defeated Hanzo. He defeated you and then he named you. Pretty pathetic, if I must say. As Jiraiya gritted his teeth on that, as Minato spoke up, alright, that is enough, Naruto. I've already told you to respect your elders. And he looked towards Jiraiya, giving him a look to drop it. As Jiraiya simply took a step back, not saying anything, as Naruto simply shrugged. So, I'll be preparing myself for the exams, Lord Hokage, by giving him a mock bow as Naruto decided to take his leave as Jiraiya glared toward the back of Naruto. Minato, I'm telling you, that kid needs to learn manners. He's not learning anything, and you should already tell him how to show respect to someone like me. As Minato said, Jiraiya Sensei, I have already told you, I have plans for Naruto as well as plans for Menma and Naruto. He needs to be in the side branch member, and so that when the time comes, he could support Menma and Naruto about their destiny. And you are jeopardizing things by making him hostile towards each other and making him hostile towards you. And he would not, you can say, listen to you in the future. After all, you need to train him in minor things such as minor, you can say, taijutsu of the side branch of the Namakase, and minor ninjutsu to be a support member for his siblings. As Jiraiya nodded at that, well, Minato, I think that he's too powerful and that power should not belong to him. It should be in the hands of Menma and Naruto so that they can use it for the good of Konoha. As Minato looked towards Jiraiya with a smirk, do not worry, Jiraiya sensei. I have already taken a blood sample of Naruto and it is in the hands of Tsunade. She is researching on it. Soon enough, she would be understand what makes Naruto's chakra so special, and then Menma and Naruto would be able to wield that power as well, so that when the time comes, they could protect Konoha. At this, Jiraiya's eyes widened, but then a smirk came to his face. Well, Minato, that is a good thing. After all, they are triplets. If Naruto can wield it, then Menma and Naruto would be able to wield it as well, as they smirk towards each other, while on the other hand, unknown to them, a small, you can say, beeping insect was simply, well, not exactly insect, it was just chakra, the nature chakra, it which Naruto was connected at. As Naruto simply smirked at that, already listening to their conversation, as he smirked, they honestly believe that they can control my destruction power. Huh, fools. Destruction cannot be controlled. It is a flow of power. It can only be directed, not controlled. He smirked inwardly as Kurama inside of Naruto's mind speak up. Huh, fools. I would like to face that Minato again. This time I would crush him. As Naruto laughed at that. Well, true about it. There's not a seal present in the face of the elemental nations which can actually hold your power. As he was about to say something else, but then he looked upward into the sky. There he felt it again. Another planet was close to destruction. As a smirk at that, but it will take some time. As he looked towards, you can say, entering into his mindscape. What do you think, Kurama? As Kurama smirked, well, it seemed that another chakra fruit is going to be born on a distant planet. Those Ususkis sure are busy. As Naruto simply smirked at that, well, this time I would eat the chakra fruit. After all, I do want to feel what this whole chakra powering up thing is, and if it is comparable to my power of destruction. As Kurama shook his head, even if the whole universe chakra were to come together to a single person, then he would not be able to face you in your full power of destruction form. As Naruto simply shrugged, what can you say, One? True thing. As Kurama looked towards him, so you're going to have a bit of fun in the Chunin exams. As Naruto simply smirked at that, you bet I am. As he simply walked away, fun now. And now, finally, Naruto was standing in the first exam of the Chunin exam. He simply ignored all the rookies that were present there, and those were those who were giving him a look when he entered into the first stage of the Chunin exam. He saw the defeated form of Sasuke while fighting off against Lee, as Naruto ignored both of them even though Lee tried to challenge him, but Naruto simply walked away. And when Lee tried to attack him, a bit of killing intent was more than enough for Lee to be puking out all of his food, which he has eaten, as Naruto simply entered into the room. As he saw that all the rookies were present, Menma and Naruto were giving him glares, and Naruto noticed that their chakra levels has increased as well as their chakra control. They have bruises on their arms and their legs. As Naruto noticed that, but he did not say anything as he finally arrived inside of the room to see that most of them were glaring towards the rookie. As Naruto simply ignored them. He also noticed that Kabuto person but did not say anything. After all, he simply looked around. There are at least 150 people here, Kurama. How many do you think are going to pass? As Kurama chuckled inwardly. Well, after facing you, I doubt that one of them would be able to survive. As Naruto simply chuckled at that. Well, that would take away most of the fun. But do not worry, I will kill at least 125 of them. That would be fun. As Kurama smirked at that. I would like to see the faces on those assholes who are up there to try to control you when they see the amount of destruction you can cause. As Naruto simply smirk at that. Well, of course, they will never know that I was the one. As Kurama burst into laughter. Well, you sure know how to have fun, Naruto. As Naruto simply smirked at that as they finally arrived. And Ibiki finally arrived in the whole room and they started to announce the first exam. As Naruto simply looked towards his paper. He does not care about the paper. He already had figured out what was actually going on here. As he closes his eyes and just like that, and he took control of the nature energy of the room of the planet itself with the amount of power that was already inside of him. It was a piece of, you can say, it was nothing to him as he closes his eye, and with the nature energy, he could feel everything around him. He could see everything on the whole planet if he so desire. Just like Gara should be able to see by using his sand eye, he can also do the same thing. So he was able to see everything. He simply wrote down the answers just to mess with the people who were trying to fail him. So he simply after completing the paper, he looked towards Ibiki who was watching him closely as Minato has issued an order to try to fail Naruto as soon as possible before he enters into the forest of death. So Ibiki was keeping a close eye on him, trying to see if he will be able to cheat, otherwise he would not be able to fail him. After all, he was a proctor, he cannot do that. And just like that, the time passes on as Naruto simply looked dead in the eyes of Ibiki, not even blinking, as Ibiki was wondering if the kid even needs to blink, as he simply shook his head. Finally, the time was over, so he gave his whole speech about it. I'm going to ignore it. And finally, Naruto was standing in front of the forest of that as Anko has explained everything about the whole test as she smirked at that. Most of you are going to die anyway, so here's my advice. Good luck and don't die. And with that, she flashes away as the doors of the gates open as all the members step in as Naruto look towards all of them as Anko landed beside him. Are you going to enter, kid? You know that the others are going to prepare traps and most of them will target you. Seeing that you're a lone person, as Naruto looked towards her with a smirk. Well, where would be the fun? If I do not allow my prey to run from me, as Anko looked towards Naruto for a moment and then burst into laughter. I like you, kid. I like you. So, try not to die. With that, she vanishes as Naruto smirks as his eyes glowed into dark purple energy. Here the fun begins. As Naruto dashes into the forest as he appeared in front of a team as this was a sound team. This was a rain team as they were pretty surprised. They were preparing traps for him as Naruto looked towards them as he forward his hand at the center of it as a ball of utter destruction formed. Others tried to jump away, but the ball has already detonated, and just like that, they were literally destroyed into nothingness as Naruto jumped into the air, shattering the ground where he was as he flew into the air, and now he can see all of them as a smirk at that. Now then, let us have a bit of fun, wouldn't you agree, Kurama? As Kurama smirked at that, and just like that, the whole forest of that was, you can say, erupted into utter screams of pure pain and agony. Even Anko could hear that as she was wondering what was going on in the whole forest, as Naruto was now standing in front of the sound team. As he looked towards them, as all of them were trembling, he had his foot on the face of Dosu as he was pummeling it into ground. As he said, interesting. Your chakra tells me that you have other intentions towards Konoha. Do tell me, why are you here exactly? As Dosu tried to say something. Well, anyways, I forgot. Lost interest. Hakai. Just like that, Dosu was destroyed. As he looked towards them, I will give you 3 seconds. The one who would be able to answer me, that would be the one I will allow to run. At that, you can say Kin quickly spoke up, knowing that there was no way in hell they are going to escape from this person. The aura around him was that of pure utter death. As Kin quickly blurted out, we are with Orochimaru. He is planning to invade Konoha with sand. I do not know anything more than that. As Naruto smirked at that, as you can say, the other person tried to attack her, saying that how she has blurted out the plan of Orochimaru Sama. As Naruto but simply looked towards him as he pointed his hand towards him, and just like that, purple energy surrounded him, and he was dead. As Naruto looked towards her, what are you doing here? Run. At this, she ran away, thinking that she would be able to escape. As Naruto appeared in front of her, but you said that you would allow me to get away. As Naruto said, well, I said that I will allow you to run, and I did allow you to run. But anyways, you were not able to run far away. Hakai. And just like that, you can say Rin was Kin was also erased from reality as Naruto looked towards them. I already know you are there, so why don't you come out? And just like that, Naruto was surrounded by Lee, Tenten, and Neji as Neji looked towards Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto, your fate is to be defeated here. As Neji looked towards Naruto with his Byakugan activated, as Naruto smirked at that. Well, if it isn't the slave of the Hyuga branch member. At this, Neji gritted his teeth. What did you say to me, Namikaze? As Naruto smirked at that. Did I say something wrong, slave? At this, Neji eyes narrowed as Byakugan activated. That is enough. I'm going to kill you as he rushed towards Naruto. As Naruto smirked at that. Tell me, Neji, can Hyuga fight without his hands? As before Neji could even respond, as Naruto simply moved at such a speed, and Neji's hand was at such an angle that a screeching sound of bones breaking, no, Kadash shattering was heard as Lee could not believe his eyes. One moment Naruto was there, and the next moment Naruto had the arms of Neji broken, and by the noise of it, his bones shattered as Lee rushed towards him. Naruto-kun, I will not allow you to hurt my comrade, my fa- my flames of you. But before he could complete his sentence, shut your mouth, Hakai. And just like that, Lee was turned into ashes. Not even ashes, as Tenten could not believe it. This monster has killed Lee just like that. They were on the same side. They were from Konoha. As Naruto looked towards both of them, and for the first time in his whole life, Neji felt utter fear as gripping his heart. This was not. It was how it was supposed to be. his fate was to become one of the strongest members of the Hyuga clan. He was not supposed to die here. As Tenten looked towards Naruto, you monster! How could you do that? We are from the same side. You are a live shinobi, and you should. But before she could complete her sentence, Naruto was in front of her by grabbing her by the face. I am. I was never your comrade. How dare you to say something like this, as if I, a superior being to you, would ever be a comrade to such a weakling like yourself. You shall redeem yourself for this. And Naruto made a ball of hakai and plunged it into the gut of Tenten, and just like that, her whole body started to glow purple as she screamed, but it was not to be. As she was turned into nothingness, as Naruto looked towards Neji, Neji had a face of utter horror and terror on his face, so he ran for his life, his arms on his both sides, simply flinging as Naruto smirked at that as he pointed two fingers towards Neji. As the ball of destruction appeared, small, just like a bullet, as I said, now then, let's see how far you can run, Neji, Hyuga. As though Neji ran for his life. He did not know how far and how much time he ran, but the only thing that was on his mind was to get away from that monster who has killed his teammates. No matter how useless they were still leave comrades, but he killed them like they were nothing. And then when he finally arrived, running far away, he could see the gates of, you can say, the forest of death. He need to get away from here. He need to forfeit, otherwise he will die. He was, you can say, only 100 meters away from the gate. He could see the light from the other side. A small smile came to his face, thinking that he would be able to run away. But it was not to be. Just like that, as Neji was about to be able to reach the gate as the light was in front of him, but a beam of energy shot through his heart and he looked down to see a purple light could be seen for a moment flickering into his heart, and just like that his heart was, you can say, destroyed as Neji's body hit the ground. It was an instant that all of his hopes were shattered just like that, and the rest of his body followed. And Naruto simply shook his head. Did he honestly believe that he would be able to run far away from me? Huh, pathetic, as he looked back to a with a smirk. Let us have a bit of more fun. As he vanishes from the side, as he appeared in front of, you can say, Team 10, as Shikamaru, Ino, and Choji were present there. As Naruto looked towards them, as Ino raised an eyebrow, Naruto Baka, what are you doing here? As Naruto looked towards her, well, isn't it obvious? As you can say, Shikamaru said, so you're here for our scrolls. Well, Naruto, I will not allow you to do that. We have a side mission. I hope you forgive us, but we have to eliminate you. As Naruto said, eliminate me? From the exam, you say? Well, quite the coincidence. Wouldn't you agree, Shikamaru? After all, I have the same mission to eliminate you. At this, you can say, Shikamaru raised an eyebrow. What are you talking about, Naruto? As Naruto said, well, your mission is to eliminate from the exam, but my mission is to eliminate you from the life itself. At this, Shikamaru's eyes widened as killing intent. As killing intent bursted from Naruto's body as Naruto gave Shikamaru an evil smirk, as Shikamaru's eyes widened as he screamed, Choji, Ino, run! But before they could even look towards each other as Naruto was already in front of Choji. Sorry, you're a good person, but the thing is, I'm not. Hakai. And just like that, you can say Choji was, before he could even say something, he was destroyed into nothingness. As Shikamaru could not believe his eyes, he did not see this coming. Why? Why was Naruto even doing this? It was not how it was supposed to be. He knew that it was unfair for their senses to give the mission to, you can say, attack Naruto specifically. But it was not the answer. They did not deserve it. Those were the thoughts going through his mind as he heard a scream as Ino could not believe it, even though she never liked Choji. But he was a good person and Naruto to simply kill him just like that. But before she could understand anything, as Naruto was in front of her, as a beam of a blade of utter destruction energy appeared in Naruto's hand as he threw it towards Ino, as Ino did not know what hit her, and the only thing she saw was the world turning around, and just like that, her both sides of body were simply destroyed. As Naruto looked towards Shikamaru, I always loved the minds of Nara, But I do not like them when they are working against me. Your father made many strategies to weaken me, working for Hokage, and even he gave the idea to my father to get my blood sample, and there could be something to get my powers. So, I'm sorry, Shikamaru, but you have to pay for the crimes of your father. So, the only thing I have to say to you is one word: Hakai. And before Shikamaru could understand what was going on, he was no more. As Naruto looked back, as a feeling was erupted into the forest of death, as Naruto raised an eyebrow. What was going on here? Someone powerful was here. So he rushed towards the area as he finally arrived to see that it was Orochimaru of the Sanin standing on a snake, and in front of them were the defeated form of Sasuke. Both Menma and Naruto were in third tail stage as Orochimaru was taking them a bit seriously. As Orochimaru looked towards Menma and Naruto, it seemed that the Hokage was pretty serious on training his weapons. Well, to think that Minato would go so far. These kids were nowhere near Chunin level, no, they were at least mid Jonin level in terms of skills, and with the usage of over control over third tail of the QB chakra, they were pretty powerful as Orochimaru was getting a bit of trouble. Well, at least he was able to mock Sasuke. For a moment, he would have to use his full power, and the same he did, and just like that, he blurred in front of Menma and Naruto, and his both of his hands glowing as he punch both of them into their guts, and just like that, the chakra was sealed away, which causes the unconsciousness. As Orochimaru looked towards both of them, maybe he should kill them. After all, that would be fun, and that would put, you can say, his plans. These kids were danger to his plan to invade Konoha. So yeah, he would do it. And just like that, he was about to perform the fireball jutsu to kill both of them as something blasted in front of him. As Orochimaru jumped back, as he saw a gigantic crater in front of him, as Naruto was standing at the center of it. As Orochimaru raised an eyebrow, well, so the oldest brother appeared to save his younger siblings. How the sibling love is. Too bad, I would have to kill you as well. As Naruto looked towards Orochimaru with the raised eyebrow. With the raised eyebrow, do you honestly believe that I would allow you to kill them and me? Huh, they are my prey, Orochimaru, and I never allow someone to, you can say, mess up my plans. As Orochimaru raised an eyebrow, so you plan to kill your own siblings, huh? Huh, well, that would be fun. Well, maybe I will allow you to do it after all. You can do it now. They are unconscious, so why don't you do it? As Naruto simply looked towards him. Huh, you honestly believe that I would do that here? No, it had to be with all Konoha present. I would do it in front of them, not here. As Orochimaru simply chuckled at that as he said, well, Naruto-kun, it seems that they are threat to my plans, so I would kill them here. Since you are messing with my plans, I would have to kill you as well. So, hope you do not mind, Naruto-kun. As Naruto simply smirked at that, well, Orochimaru, for that insolence of yours, saying such things about me in such a manner, I will break both of your arms, both of your legs, and throw your resting body on the other side of the forest of death. I will not kill you because, with you present, things would be a bit interesting. As Orochimaru smirked at that, do you honestly believe that you have the power for that, huh? So, let us see about it. As Orochimaru rushed towards Naruto with at least mid-Jonin speed, thinking that this was the speed he used against Menma and Naruto. So, he should be able to, but before he could complete his sentence, Naruto was in front of him, as if he slammed into the face of Orochimaru, as crunch noise was heard. As Orochimaru was launched like a you can say, blast, the ground beneath Naruto shattered into pieces as Orochimaru was sent flying through boulders and trees that were present there. And after some time, he came to a stop as Orochimaru could not believe it. How was it was even possible? He felt like he has been punched by Tsunade times 10 as most of his facial structure bones were shattered as he opened his mouth barely, and he was able to bring out his, you can say, substitution technique by making a new body for himself as he stood towards Naruto at utter shock on his face, but then it turned into anger. How dared that Minato to take his position as the Hokage, and then, you can say, making such strong children who would give him a challenge. He was a Sonin, he will not stand for such disrespect. He has changed his mind. He will kill all of these bastards here. As he started to go through hand sign, fire style, fire blast jutsu, and just like that, a blast of gigantic fire rushed towards Naruto as Naruto simply scoffed at it as he waved his hand as a burst of wind slammed into the fire and it dispersed it like it was nothing as Orochimaru was already in front of Naruto with the Kusanagi in his hand. As Naruto simply looked towards Kusanagi for a moment, but then he smirked as he put out a finger by putting a bit of destruction energy into it, and just like that, Kusanagi slammed into his as Kusanagi blade made contact with Naruto's finger as Orochimaru's eyes widened, he was, you can say, thinking that the kid was arrogant and the finger was about to be cut. After all, Kusanagi could cut anything, even a mountain. But to his utter shock, a small cringe was, you can say, fed to his whole sword, and to his utter horror, a small, you can say, crack was already appearing to the blade as Orochimaru jumped back as Naruto smirked. Well, I was hoping that you would use your swordmanship against my finger. That would have been fun. As Naruto smirked towards Orochimaru, as Naruto's whole body was engulfed with destruction energy, as Naruto took a step back for the first time, as Orochimaru, after he has developed his, you can say, immortality jutsu, Orochimaru felt pure, you can say, fear of death as he took a step back, but he quickly came to focus. You believe that, you little brat. I would be scared of your little chakra display. I do not care how much chakra you have, you monster. I will kill you here. It's not to raise an eyebrow. Calling me a monster, Orochimaru. Talk about hypocrisy. As Orochimaru had enough of it, as he started to go through hand sign, weird style, weird tornado, as the gigantic tornado was rushing towards Naruto. As Naruto once again looked towards Orochimaru with boredom in his eyes, as Naruto simply go through hand sign as he said, well then, let us have a bit of fun in Chusu size. Hey Kurama, give me a bit of chakra. I'm going to burn this forest down. As Orochimaru as you can say Kurama smirked at that as Naruto smirked fire style. Fire majestic jutsu as you can say Naruto let out a stream of gigantic whitish fire as it overpowered Orochimaru's jutsu like you can say it was like throwing a paddle to a gigantic wave or tsunami as Orochimaru's jutsu was not even registered to Naruto's offensive attack as Orochimaru took a step back as he started to go through hand sign quickly trying to reverse summon himself but it was no time as he substituted and then used the Shanshin Jutsu and he looked back to see a gigantic part of the forest of death was destroyed. As Naruto had a disappointed look on his face, many of his prey were on that size, they were killed off and he was not happy for that. As Naruto looked back towards Orochimaru, who was now panting, some of his you can say one side of his was caught in the gigantic stream of fire, while in Konoha the senses were going haywire as many of the Ambu appeared in front of Minato, Lord Hokage. We have sensed gigantic, you can say, uses of chakra. Even the Cubist chakra was registered. It seemed that somehow a enemy has infiltrated the exam as Minato narrowed his eyes as Anko speak up, well, Lord Hokage, I think that it is Orochimaru as she explained her reasoning as Minato narrowed his eyes. Well, do not worry, I will handle him as he rushed towards the forest of death by using his flying Raijin, as while on the other hand Naruto was now in front of Orochimaru who was panting hard, but who opened his eyes and finally bring shedded his skin, and he was there healthy, but he was low on chakra as he glared towards Naruto. He was about to say something, but then suddenly, as before he could say anything, both of his arms were already flying into the sky, and then his legs follow as Orochimaru could not understand it, what actually happened, and in front of his eyes both of his arms and his legs were turned into nothingness. A purple energy surrounded them, and just like that, they were gone. As Naruto looked towards Orochimaru with an amused expression on his face. Now you look like a pure snake. If only you have a tail. After all, snakes do not need arms. Wouldn't you agree, Orochimaru? As Orochimaru, the utter hatred he felt in his heart for this child, for putting him through this humiliation, and he vowed on that day that he will pay Naruto Uzumaki Namakase as Namakase will pay for his crimes against Orochimaru as Orochimaru's lower half turned into that of a snake as he ran away. as Naruto simply chuckled at that as he looked back to see that Minato has just flashed into the area as Minato looked up around to find that Menma, Naruto, and Sasuke were present there unconscious as he looked back towards the area. No one was present there as Minato wondering what was going on here. As he looked towards Menma and Naruto, well, at least they were alive. As he sighed at that, and now Naruto was, you can say, finally arrived to the tower. He was annoyed. He has already killed off many of the teams, but one of Konoha team was able to get away from him. That was the team of, you can say, Kuronai, in which that Hinata girl was present, as well as that Kiba guy. But he simply shrugged, well, there would always be a next time. So he simply shrugged and entered into the tower. And finally, you can say, after some time, Menma, Naruto, and Sasuke were able to enter as well. They only found a dead team. Well, not exactly a dead team, it was an arm which was holding a scroll, and coincidentally, it was the same scroll they needed. Other than that, they encountered no team in the forest of that, as if all the teams has disappeared into nothingness. As they finally were able to make it to the, you can say, the tower, as Naruto simply looked towards them. He was pretty sure that Minato has sent some Ambu to keep an eye on Manwa and Naruto so that they would be able to make it at least to the whole tower, otherwise his plans would be jeopardized. As they finally arrived to the tower, while on the other hand Minato was a bit worried when he looked towards most of the, you can say, competitors that were able to make. It was one team from Sand, it was Naruto and the team of, you can say, Kuronai, and the team of, you can say, the A senior team of Kabuto and a team of Sasuke and Menma and Naruto. That was all the teams that were able to make it to here. He has sent a signal to, you can say, end this part of the stage and bring the clan heirs. He was, you can say, hoping that nothing would bad be happen to the clan heirs, otherwise the things would get a bit rusty. After all, Menma and Naruto has used the three tails chakra. They do not, you can say, remember anything, and Orochimaru present in the team. Things were not looking back, you can say, good for Konoha. He was just hoping that clan heirs would be able to make it, otherwise the council would not be exactly happy and he would have a lot of troubles in his hand. As he sighed, as he looked towards Naruto, he has gave some mission to the other teams to eliminate Naruto, otherwise there was no way hell they would be able to, you can say, do anything to him with his speed. But it seemed that Naruto was still able to make it. As he sighed, with these many members, there was, you can say, hardly a need for the preliminary exams, but he would have to do it just for the sake of formality. So he announces the whole thing about the teamwork and, you can say, friendship between nations, but after that the preliminaries are going to be begin. So yeah guys, here I will have this part. Hope you guys enjoyed it. For the next part, you guys already know the like goal, the comment goal, complete that and I will upload the next part as soon as possible. So yeah guys, please support the channel, like, comment, and you can say, and comment. So peace.